What's going on, guys? Back again for another Turtletown Mangos episode here. We're in week 4, started the season out 3-0. If you missed last week's episode, I'll be sure to include the link to the playlist down in the description so you can go check that out. I did want to take a quick second to show the schedule this episode though, so we'll dive into that real quick. As you remember, week 1 took on Missouri State. Close win, but we were able to pull it off. Week 2 against Delaware, similar kind of game. Definitely was a little more dominant, and same with Middle Tennessee. We really kind of got out in front and never looked back there. Then we got New Mexico State this week, FIU, Charlotte against my brother, so that'll be a big rivalry game. Then we get a bye week, Kennesaw State, Lufkin College, and Iowa College, so 2 more rivalries against those 2 guys. Then we'll have Jacksonville State, Louisiana Tech, final bye week, and then we'll end with a final rivalry game against UNLV. Here's a quick look at the conference standings as well in Conference USA. Currently sitting on top of the standings, but New Mexico State's right there as well, so this is definitely a must-win game. And lastly, wanted to give a quick recruiting update as well. We've got Enrique Apple, the 4-star, Austin Clinton, a quarterback, 3-star quarterback with 90 throw power and 80 speed, so definitely somebody that we're looking to start possibly next year. Mike Proctor, the speedster wide receiver, haven't scouted him, but we're out in front, and we're close to closing him out. Ben Medeiros, I took hours off because he's actually on a visit this week. Same with Adrian Carapateas. What a mouthful that name is. Colt Jennings also up there. Zach Palumbo, I pulled hours off so we could be able to schedule some other visits. Ron Rich, right guard, another guy we're really targeting right now. David Agbanea. Man, some of these recruits, I'm regretting putting some of these guys on my board because I don't know how to pronounce them, but we've got a few more guys down here that we're putting hours on right now. Really just kind of going after guys that have high playing time grades since we didn't have a ton of hours to be able to scout. Tyrone Horn here, I would like to get him because he's 87 speed, which isn't terrible for a 3-star, but right now we don't have a deal breaker for him. Here we're looking at our 4 guys that we've got on the visit this week against New Mexico State. Definitely a must-win game with some of these guys getting our 4-star in there, the only guy we've got a chance with, and then those other 3 guys as well. We do have some complimentary visits with the 3 defensive players, so that's going to be a huge bonus if we're able to pull this off as well. Adrian Carapit, again, I can't pronounce his name, but Ben Medeiros, all these guys, we really just need to make sure we win this game so we can close out these recruiting battles soon. Without further ado, though, let's hop into this game and get going against New Mexico State. We are 10-9 overall underdogs again, so again, definitely a game we got to play pretty smart. We got to be conservative, and this is a night game, so I think this is the perfect opportunity here to break out these midnight mango uniforms. I think it's going to be a really sharp look with the lights on in the dark, and I think it's going to just look great. So let's jump into this game now. All right, here we go. Game's kicking off, getting ready to start. The stands are pretty packed, still got a lot to fill out, but man, this looks awesome with the night in the background, got the clouds, the lights are on the field. This is awesome. This is exciting. Our first night game of the Dynasty. We're going to take this kickoff out, and not a great return, just past the 20-yard line, so definitely would have liked a little bit better there, but there's Tyrese Gardner once again, our impact player that we really have been relying on pretty heavily. I expect nothing less this game as well. Here we go, starting out with this RPO bubble play again. And I feel like I've missed that read the first couple of plays of every game we've tried running that. But we're going to Gardner here again on the run. A nice gain to set up a 3rd and manageable. We're going to set up our pass protection here and see if we can maybe get a first down here. Get the chains moving. They play off this flat, so we're actually going to hit Briggs. Not a great ball by Franks, but we'll take it. Could have definitely been a little better, but not too bad either. Starting out here, we're moving the chains. That's the biggest thing we needed right there. I think it's good if we just come out here, run the ball again, get Gardner some touches early. Going to cut this one up, kind of get behind the defender there. And that's the kind of run we'll take on first down. I feel like second down here is a good chance to take a shot, but they covered it well. We're going to hit Gardner, and Gardner makes a move, hitting the spin as well. And we're already almost to the 40-yard line on the other side of the field. Gardner's really kicking us off here with a strong start, moving the chains, letting them know. And I think we go back to the air here on first down again. A long pass to the sideline and another yellow ball from Franks. Definitely got to be careful with those, especially with the low overall quarterback. Second down, probably should be running here, but we're going to set up our pass protection, see if we can hit Dalton for the first time all year, but another yellow throw from Franks. That play's been so money. Dalton's been getting open, but we just cannot seem to connect. We're just going to take the drag here on 3rd and long, move the chains. Briggs once again making a huge catch. He's getting involved early, a lot more than what we've usually seen him, but now we're going to go back to the run again. We've got Malik Vaughn in the game, the backup. Gardner must have been tired, but a decent run there on 1st down again. Going to hand the ball off to Gardner again here on 2nd down, and our running back has nowhere to go because our wide receivers just don't know how to block, apparently. So it's going to set up another 3rd down on this drive. We're going to see if we can hit Scooter McGee, and he makes a clutch catch, a big-time grab from our tight end. That's the kind of stuff we need from our tight ends in these games. Going to set up for another pass here. I think we may have one-on-one with that comeback route, but they actually shaded over to that direction. We had the spot route there, but the pass rush comes in too quickly. 2nd down here. Not sure what I want to run here. I think we may be able to get the slants working. We've got Gardner out of the backfield as well, just in case. They do send the blitz, and I just threw a pick right to the defender. That dude didn't even have to move. I just threw it right to him. So now after wasting that great drive that we had going on offense, we're back here on defense. I'm on Spencer. They're hitting us with an RPO. We're going to win the tackle battle here, force them to a 2nd and 5. Not a bad start, but that's a little bit more than I'd like to be giving up at this point. They go with the handoff here, and thank goodness Caldwell gets there, but they still get a pretty good gain. 3rd and 1, and they're in goal line. I've never seen goal line in the middle of the field like this, and quarterback sneak. What an unexpected play call from New Mexico State. Just something that we weren't really expecting there, but now they're going to pass here on 1st down. They've got the curl route potentially open, and there was just so many opportunities there on offense. The quarterback scramble, we just couldn't cover it all. I'm going to get ready for the blitz here, get ready to send this in. And the play action, I just ran right past him. I thought it was a handoff, but we get the sack anyway, thank goodness, because otherwise that running back would have been wide open. Now on 2nd down after the sack, let's see what they decide to go with. Another pass play. We're on the running back, but that curl route, those curl routes have just been lethal against cover 4 so far in this game. Definitely something I'm going to have to remember as this game goes on. On 3rd down, though, we're running in there with Riddick, and we get a huge stop, forcing him to a 4th down. Going to make him punt the ball back to us here. Not going to have an opportunity for a return, but that's a great job by our defense, getting a stop, getting our offense back out on the field now. We've got this play to the right side, and Shaw breaks an ankle, and he might be gone. He's sprinting down the sideline. Shaw, one man to beat. Can he get caught? No, he cannot. And he showboats a little bit as he gets into the end zone, pointing to the crowd like, yeah, you know what you just saw. Get hype. That's the first touchdown of the game. What a great response after the way the first drive ended. And now we're on the board 7-0 here if we make the extra point. And that might be the biggest offensive play we've had up to this point in the season. So definitely an exciting benchmark for us there. It all started just with a 5-yard out too. Now we are back on defense here. They go with the quick RPO pass to the outside, but we're all over that, so great defense. 2nd down here, I'm going to hop on Spencer. Looks like their QB's making some adjustments. They go play action here. We've got the deep routes covered, but the check down's wide open there, and that's a pretty big gain for them. Got to make sure that we limit those big play potentials on defense here. Going to a cover 3 look here. We give up the underneath drag. He throws right at my user, but we're just a little slow there. Not in the best position there. Going to be ready for the RPO, which I'm all over, but they hand it off instead. Good read by the quarterback. We missed the tackle, and New Mexico State's driving down the field right now. We really got to find a way to get a stop here. I'm here on Spencer. They've got the scissor route there to the running back. I thought they were going to maybe look inside, but man, they just all of a sudden are right down the field. Inside the 10-yard line now. We've got to D up here and get a stop. I'm hopping on Valentine. I thought that was play action, so they kind of fooled me. Thankfully, our linebackers are there to make the tackle. We're going man here since they spread our defense out a little bit, and our pressure gets home there. Big-time sack from our D-line, and now we got him to a big down right here. Just got to make sure that we can get off the field. I'm hopping on Valentine to cover this slant. They go deep to the corner, and Lovett needs to pick that off. That would have been a huge interception, but at least we're still going to hold him to 3 instead of giving up the touchdown. So a good defensive stand, holding them to just a field goal there after they marched down the field with relative ease. So definitely a little concerning there with how that all happened, but thankfully we get the stop. We're going to hop back on offense now. After a pretty good kick return that gets us out almost to the 20, we're going to go back to the air here. We were really effective breaking off that huge pass to Shaw on the last drive. We're going to look to respond here again with another one. We've got Dalton on the comeback route. He breaks around the corner, and he might be off to the races. The safety is able to catch him, but what a huge catch and run. Our receivers are just cooking their DBs right now. New Mexico State's got to get out of this man coverage if they want to find any possible way to stop us. We're going no huddle here just to see if we can keep them on their heels. I've got this goal line zig play kind of, but I really think we might actually be able to hit them on a post route here. They've got that safety playing way off. We've got the route open, but Franks just sails it. After a couple of really nice throws from him, we did get the pass interference though, so we will take that moving down the field. Thankfully, we got bailed out there because Franks just completely sold on that throw. We are going to go to the run game here now, though. Get Gardner some touches. Not great blocking there up front, but we get a few yards, so can't complain too much there. And New Mexico State calls their first timeout, so we're probably going to go back to the run here again, see if we can keep eating away at those timeouts. They don't have great numbers here on the right side, but we just completely missed the block there on the linebacker. If we pick that block up there, then we might have actually had a touchdown, but nonetheless, we're going to come out here now, breaking out the QB blast here on the goal line. Our trustworthy play, especially in the red zone here. And there it is. Brooks gets in the end zone once again. He's making a living off of these QB blast touchdowns when we get down near the goal line, and it's kind of become our money play. Hitting the karate kick, breaking down the door. He's loving it. The spotlight here. Every chance he gets out here on the field, he's taking advantage of it. So now we're going to extend our lead here to 14-3. A great way to take over right before we go into half. Now we just got to make sure we get some stops on defense here. Can't give up anything deep. Keep everything in front of us. I'm hopping on Spencer, and once again, those curl routes just continue to kill us in cover 4. A quick bunch of yards for the New Mexico State there on offense. Going to try and send in a little bit of a blitz here. Unfortunately, it doesn't get home, and now they're already pretty much in field goal range again. They are going no huddle, so we got to make sure that we get our defense set up. Going with just a cover 3 look here. Really just don't want to give up any points here at the end of the half, especially after we just scored the touchdown. But they hit another completion, and just like that, they are in field goal range. They don't have any timeouts left, though, so they are going to get up here and try to spike this ball, which we'll let them do. If we can just get a couple of tackles in bounds here, though, they may run out of time. So definitely want to hope that we can get some pressure in here. They go with this corner strike play. They go deep to the outside, and our DB was a little slow getting there, but on 3rd and inches, they're actually going to punt the ball back to us here after the incompletion. So a great stand once again by our defense. They do get a pretty nice punt, but it just barely goes through the end zone. So we'll take that. Probably just going to run this clock out here, see if Vaughn can break anything. Unfortunately, he doesn't, so we're just going to let this clock tick all the way down, and we'll take this lead into halftime. Really happy with this performance so far. So now we pick it up here again in the second half. Looking to maybe start out with a blitz here from our slot corner. They do go with the run, so it's actually a pretty nice blitz there, timing-wise, and we're able to get the stop. Now we're going to see if we can get some pressure in with our D-line stunt coming off the left side there. Kind of coming in this nickel load look. I haven't really tested out a lot of these defenses yet. Obviously, that one was not a great play call because they hit the comeback route wide open against the cover 3 look. But really still just trying to feel out what kind of stunts are best to use during these different situations, out of different formations, and see if we can start to get a little more effective with some of those stunts to get some better pass rush in. They go with the RPO here, and Silas Miller gets the pick. Can he go all the way? He can't, but what a massive play from Miller. I'm over here yapping about trying out different D-line stunts, and Silas Miller's jumping that route on the RPO and taking it all the way back inside the 20. What a huge play. A great break on that route from our DB. Let's watch this one again with Silas Miller. They go with the RPO, and Silas Miller just was like shot out of a cannon there. What an amazing play there by the safety. He made a big impact in this game by making that play. Sets us up with great field position now, and we're going to see if we can get the run game going with Gardner. Nothing really doing there. We're going to see if we can get back to the passing game. We actually have had some great pass plays as long as Franks is able to hit his balls, and unfortunately he goes back to his old ways of sailing the passes. So just like that, we're already at 3rd down after that massive pick by Miller to set us up with great field position. I'm going to go with this curl route potentially on the left side. I'm just hoping that slot corner on the left doesn't play the flat. And if he doesn't, we should have that wide open, which he It works out exactly how we wanted it. We get the curl route for the first down. And now let's see if we can punch this ball in here. Going to hand the ball off to Gardner. Great blocks on the left side, and he's able to just walk that in with ease. Great opening start to the second half here. Our defense making a huge play. Despite a few rough patches on the first couple plays of that drive, our offense is able to punch the ball in too, and just like that, it's 21-3. They go with the read option here to the quarterback, who makes a really nice cut, actually. Thankfully, we're able to make the tackle there. If we didn't make that tackle, we didn't have anybody else there to make that stop. Going to see if we can get in here with a little bit of a blitz this time. They go with the run play here to the left side. Thankfully, we're able to stay off the blocks there, make the tackle, and make a play here. Let's see if we can get off the field on third down. They go with the pass play. We got the in route, but that scissor route, once again, wide open. A great completion. We've got to find an answer if they keep going back to that scissor play so we can make sure we're covering the running back on that. They go with the RPO bubble this time and hand it off. Great run defense. Our linebackers have been playing really well against the run so far this game. Going to see if we can get in here with a little bit of pressure. And the pressure does get home. A great blitz, and there's Bramble making yet another sack this year. He's been one of our defensive studs coming off the edge. Another huge play from him there. They go with play action here now. Trying to take a shot deep. And we just got mossed by double coverage. We had two guys there, and neither one made the play. Just an unreal play by their tight end. I can't believe we just gave that up. And now they've got another wide open receiver, but thankfully their quarterback misses that throw. Might be the last play of the third quarter here. Just coming in our cover 3 look again. They go quick to the drag. I don't even know which receiver that was actually meant for, but he makes the snag. That takes us to the fourth quarter here now. Let's see if we can get them off the field here. That Texas route broke my ankles, but our defensive line gets in there, making a huge play. Another sack, and New Mexico State's really in trouble now. They've got to just take a shot here to the end zone, and I honestly thought we might have been getting mossed there. Thankfully, the pass wasn't catchable, so we're able to get away with it. A tight window here on the corner route, and Franks delivers a dart there to Dalton. A great play. Just continuing to trust in him, even though he's missing some of those passes. And now we go with the handoff here, and that was just a horrible play call. We had no chance to make anything happen there. Going to go back to the air, even though we're up 18 here in the fourth. And we're going to see if we can get some good matchups here. We've got this under route wide open, and I just hit the wrong button. That was almost a huge mistake. Could have given New Mexico State a potential pick 6 there. So thankfully we just get away with an incompletion there. Going back to the air now on 3rd and long, so we can hopefully move the chains here. I think this drag with the Texas trail might have a good chance here. If not, we do have the out route and the deep dig. And I threw the out route. That was a completely just panic throw. Once again, getting away with some really risky passes here. Going back to all reliable here with the QB blast. Let's just see if we can pick this up. And we actually just got stuffed. That play's been nearly unstoppable all season. But New Mexico State making a huge stand there. I'm going to man up the single receiver here. Thankfully, they just go with the run play, though. So, once again, our linebackers all over that, making a big tackle. I'm going to see if we can get away with sending in some pressure here. Send in the blitz with both our linebackers. And there it is, a huge sack. The QB just wasn't ready for the pressure there. Force him into a 3rd and 17 here. That's our 5th sack on the game. So, our defense has been getting home in the pass rush. Now we just don't want to let them give up a deep bomb like this. And we just picked it off the tip. That was like a pinball machine bouncing off like 2 different guys. And Caldwell's going to make a huge return here, taking it all the way inside the 40. And our defense just continuing to make play after play in this game. A ton of sacks, a huge interception there by Caldwell. Now it's just time for us to close this game out and get out of here with a W. Win our first night game of the Mangos Dynasty. We're going to go with the RPO play here. They guard the bubble well. We actually got a cutback here with Gardner. And that's a first down. Great run vision by him. A great pickup there, falling forward, picking up the first down. And now we're just going to continue to run this clock out. Going to go with the run play here to Gardner once again. But I audibled too many times. So they're going to hit us there with the delay of game penalty. We'll move 5 yards back and just still continue to see if we can keep milking this clock down. We've got Gardner still out there. Going to go with this inside zone. I am going to move over McGee here, though, just so we can get better numbers on this left side. Kind of get him as a lead blocker here. Hopefully pick up that linebacker, which is exactly what he did. Wow, I couldn't talk there. But Gardner is off to the races, and we got another touchdown. Here I am just trying to milk the clock. But Gardner going off, a huge performance from him tonight. And that's a big run, just adding to the performance that we've had offensively. And now with 2 minutes, 45 seconds left, it almost seems like New Mexico State's just ready to run this clock out themselves, too. They're going to go with the handoff. We're all over that with Riddick Jr., a big tackle, not giving up anything in the run game despite already being up huge. Having the game sealed, our defense is still playing relentless right now. They go with the play action, roll out. We're all over the rollout route, and we get another sack. 6 sacks now on the night. Tyson Bramble, 2.5 himself, along with 3 tackles for loss. He's having an absolutely monstrous performance, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here. So back on defense now, we're going to go with some man coverage just to kind of test it out, see how it works. We've got pretty good coverage there. They've got us deep maybe, though, and we just got cooked. I got a little bit aggressive there with Silas Miller. They catch us over the top, and they're actually going to call timeout here. They may see if they can try to climb in here, maybe just get a couple of touchdowns or a score just to make it a little more respectable. But that's not something we want to let happen. I switched it back there just because I wasn't sure if they were going to try and take that deep route. They do hit the middle route, though, and they're already really close to dangerously scoring here. They go with play action. I kind of fell for it with my user. They've got the out route, and they're already down to the 2. This is a pride drive right here by New Mexico State, but our defense has pride too, and we are not going to let them in that easily. A great stop there on first down. Let's see if we can get another stop here on second down with our defense. They go with the quarterback run, and I don't know what the heck he was doing there. It was like he had a seizure as he was running the ball, but we get in there and make the tackle, stop the quarterback, and third down and goal, they still can't get in. We may be able to actually hold him out of the end zone here. We're going to send another man blitz, see if we can hold him out of the end zone, and keep him just to 3 points here in this game. I'm a little bit out of position here with my user, but the pressure gets in there and we make the stop. The quarterback couldn't get the pass off, and now it's just about running this ball, making sure we don't give up a safety, which Gardner doesn't do. Great running there, and at that point the game was over. So we win this game 28-3, a great performance, especially from Gardner there, our stud running back. 74 yards on just 11 rushes, 2 touchdowns as well. Just a great performance. He kind of stole player of the game there at the end, potentially, just with that huge breakoff run that didn't really matter in garbage time. But either way, a huge performance. We love to see that out of the junior. We've got our guys singing the fight song with the fans here as well. Just an absolutely dominant performance. Moving our record now to 4-0, and we're going to take a look here at the stats as well. In the passing game, Franks, another kind of rough performance, but definitely saw some improvement, getting the ball to the playmakers, letting them make the plays. Not a great completion percentage. I did have that awful interception on our first drive, which wasn't really his fault, but the ground game was really another great dominant performance from Gardner. Brooks getting in there with a touchdown. He did get stuffed on that other QB blast, which wasn't ideal, but nonetheless a good performance out of him getting it into the end zone again. Dalton and Shaw both had huge receptions. Shaw taking that one all the way to the end zone on that quick out route. A great performance out of both of them. We love to see our 2 receivers making plays out there. On the defensive side, leading tackler was once again Latrell Spencer, our senior linebacker. TFL's Malik Riddick, our other linebacker, with 4, along with Tyson Bramble having 4 as well. Both of them had a few sacks as well. Bramble with 2.5, Riddick Jr. with 1.5. Telford even got it in there with 1. We've got Slade and Spencer with a half, and Keyshawn Tate as well with a half. So a lot of pressure. Our front 7 dominated. 2 interceptions. Silas Miller and Nathan Caldwell both just completely out of the blue. But that's going to do it here for week 4. We move up to 4-0 on our record now. We've got FIU on the schedule next week, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.